We come here today to remember and celebrate those who touched and enriched our lives and who have died. It is a bittersweet moment in the midst of life. We have been confronted with death. We may be at different stages in our grieving and experiencing a multitude of feelings as we approach this service. While we may come from many different backgrounds and beliefs, we are united by our love for those who have died. Therefore, it is through our candle lighting, readings, music and the dedication of our memorial book that we shall remember and celebrate those whom we love.
The first candle represents all those who have died within the care of Blackpool Teaching Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, whose memory we treasure and honour. This candle is lit to remember the people whom we love. Let us remember them and everything that made them special to us, their spirit and their light that live forever with us. As we remember those who have died, we give thanks for their lives, for all that they accomplished, for their example, and for all that they have given us. We give thanks for the relationship with them, for all that we have known of them and shared with them. We give thanks for our memories and for all that withstand the passage of time. We give thanks for their courage in adversity and illness, freed now from all distress. May they rest in peace.
Today, I went through your things. So many memories. So much of you in everything I touched. It still doesn't seem right that I'm doing this. I cried. I laughed. I felt you nearby. I held things that you had loved. I held them to my face. I wished they still smelled like you. I wished you were still here, in this room. I closed my eyes and pretended that you were. You left so many things behind. Your clothes, your books, pictures, and me. Until the day that I join you, I will be missing you.
We light this candle to remember those who stood with us, who took the time to listen, to be present and cared for us. We recognise the people who have journeyed on this road with us. We give thanks for the skill and dedication of the staff of our hospitals, for all who care for the dying, surround them with tenderness and love, dignity and hope. Grant them respect for the mystery of life as it draws to its close. We give thanks for all engaged in medical research. May they be given skill, wisdom and insight so that they may extend our knowledge of how to control and cure illness and disease and bring hope and relief to many.
A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments, sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with friendships formed and good times shared and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure.
This candle represents the grief with which we live, but also our capacity to heal, to turn again to life. As we light this candle, may the glow of its flame be a source of hopefulness, now and forever. Its light brings us comfort and hope despite the sadness. We ask that our hearts be filled with comfort, peace, and serenity, this Christmastide and always. As those who are left behind, we are bound together in our loss. We ask for strength to offer one another comfort and support. May we have the courage to rebuild our lives and go forward into the future with new confidence and new hope.
Somewhere across the winter world tonight, you will be hearing chimes that fill the air. Christmas extends its all-enfolding light. Across the distance, something we can share. You will be singing, just the same as I, these familiar songs we know so well. And you will see these same stars in your sky and wish upon that brightest one that fell. I shall remember you and trim my tree, one shining star upon the topmost bough. I will hang wreaths of faith that all may see. Tonight I glimpse beyond the here and now. And all the time that we must be apart, I'll keep a candle in my heart.
We share a moment of quiet to collect our thoughts, to hold in our hearts and minds those whom we have come to cherish and remember. We invite you to bring to mind a precious memory of your loved one. We hold in our hearts all those who have died, that they may rest in peace. As we light our candles and open our book of remembrance, the mystery of life and death is before us. We give thanks for those we carry in our hearts, because they are very much part of our story. When we are weary and in need of strength, when we are lost and sick at heart, when we have a joy we crave to share, when we have decisions that are difficult to make, when we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. To remember our loved ones, we say, we cherish the special place in our hearts that will always be reserved for you. We love you. We remember you.
At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, at the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, at the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, at the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the rising of the sun and at its setting, as long as we live, they too will live, for they are always a part of us. As we are gathered today, we ask that all those who we mourn and the names inscribed and honoured in our book of remembrance may continue to shine in our hearts this Christmastide and always.
Our loved ones are the saints among us, whose memory we share, whose absence we mourn, whose new life we celebrate. Young, old, just beginning life, or in the prime of life when they left us, they had spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, and children to love, grandchildren they adored, dreams, hopes, plans. Caught up in a greater plan, they rest now in the silent heart of God, and in a parting act of trust leave the ones they love to us. We remember, we mourn, we keep their love alive as we journey on our way.
As we have remembered our loved ones, so now we remember the living, knowing that our tribute to them is to live as fully as we can. Let us go now from this place in peace, to walk one step at a time, one day at a time, supported by love. Tenderly may time heal your sorrow, gently may friends ease your pain. Softly may peace replace your heartache. May the warmest of your memories remain. God's peace be with you always.